Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? I tried just to retweet this tweet, but for some reason I was unable to. It wasn't letting me really do it. And what tweet am I talking about? Well, first of all, let's talk about this woman. This is J.R. Rowling, and I'm sure most everybody knows who she is. I mean, she's got 14 million followers. She happens to be, if I remember my story correctly, she is the richest woman in England. She has more money than anybody else, and she comes from no money, so she's a hero. She's one of those people that followed the dream, trusted herself, and became a billionaire in the land of the free. She's in Europe, but it's the same thing. They're allowed to be able to make a living and become anything they want, just like she did. And how did she become so rich and famous? Well, she wrote a book series called Harry Potter. The whole series is about witchcraft. The books are designed for simple brain minds, for childhood brains and comprehension. And then millions and millions and millions of adults read this book. Even though it was designed for children, there are adults and college graduates that read this stuff as literature and consider it to be one of the greatest works of written words. And yet, it is written for children's mentality, level of writing skill. And adults praise this as incredible work. It is witchcraft, 100% about witchcraft. That is not an interpretation of mine. The Harry Potter book series is nothing but witchcraft. Why is that a big deal? You say it's just a story. Well, it's because of this tweet right here that really gets us into it, but because of who has been retweeting this. But we'll get into that in a minute. If we go down here on our timeline and look into her, she's all about the orphan children. She's doing a lot of things with orphan children. God bless her. Everybody needs love, and a child that has no parent, a very sad situation. Bless her and everybody else that does that. But here's her books that are absolutely for elementary minds, and adults think it's just absolutely amazing. For a new, stunning new edition. A stunning new edition, huh? Amazing. But why am I going down here? Let's look at this one right here. She wants you to buy a t-shirt to help support the her charity with the children. And it's a great way to show your support. Now, she has hashtagged a couple people in this. This was on September 4th. A Bonnie Wright and an Alec Baldwin. Who's Alec Baldwin? Well, he's the witch that accidentally shot two people with one bullet with a prop gun on a live stage where there was video, movie cameras rolling, so that the whole thing was filmed for purposes that you and I possibly can't comprehend yet. You say it was before the murder, the accident, the ritual, the witch's ritual, so it could be just a coincidence. And I say you're probably right. You are probably right that this witch hashtagged Alec Baldwin before his accident. I don't see her hashtagging anyone else afterwards. Gotta be careful, maybe she did. But let's get back into this. Why is that so important? Or why is this just a big deal? Why am I ranting on this? It's because if you go to Don Jr., President Don Jr., Q++, his Twitter page right now, you will see that he has retweeted her. Just a few days ago, Glenn Beck has interviewed President Trump. If you go to Glenn Beck's Twitter page, you will see that he has retweeted this witch. If you go look on Twitter, you're going to see a lot of people now within our political system is going to be retweeting this witch. Look how many have already retweeted her. 40,000 people. And a lot of them are your public officials here in America. Q Plus, Junior. Now, she, as I repeat, one of the richest women in the world by writing about witchcraft. I'm not saying that our government is witchcraft run, but I can say for an absolute fact that our political people are retweeting witches. And I'm here to sit there and say that if Don Jr. is the Q Plus's son, and you're saying that Q Plus is part of Q, and if Q Plus's son is retweeting witches, you can do the math. I'm saying that you're all under, including myself, witchcraft spells. And you say that's impossible. Well, this woman made a fortune larger than you could ever imagine on writing about witchcraft. People read the book and are following things blindly like they were under witchcraft. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Purely coincidence. Don't you? Totally up to you how you want to sit there and think about fairy tales or reality. These people are supporting witches. Our government, Glenn Beck, is trying to talk to the President of the United States to convince America that his agenda is correct, and yet Glenn Beck is tweeting out witches. There are plenty of people that you could have retweeted this story from, but they have chosen to retweet her version of the story. It is not coincidental. The people that are running our government are millionaires on paper, and you think that they don't have billionaire of assets that are in their tunnels under the ground or have access to, or just the lifestyle that they have access to? And you think that this billionaire here isn't part of them? This is what I'm saying. We are under a witchcraft spell. People are supporting blindly Republican and Democrat. That probably will never change because of the witchcraft spell so hard. But there's a whole group of people in the QAnon community that think they are so awake, supporting the politics just like the blind ones that they accuse of being stupid and blind. But they're doing the exact same thing. They are following blindly politics that the politicians are supporting witchcraft. You say no, but yet all Q wants to do, all the Q community wants to do is connect the dots, but they refuse to connect the dots. And you still follow QAnon anonymous sources, you follow Q real people's sources, blindly. You want it to be so true, so bad. So true, so bad, you refuse to see not the dots, but the witchcraft that's obviously in your...
What more can I say? What more can I say? You say it's just a book. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what President Donald Trump does in his tunnels. He's a billionaire. He's connected with everybody. And you saying that he is not part of it? Wow.